So today we've got the check this out, helical cut gears in a torsion limited slip. The front mounts are damaged and I've got to make replacements. So this is what I'm working with. I got these guys. I've got some Buna-n. This is a piece I cut off, but I've got that right there. Just cut it on the saw, and that's how we're gonna go ahead, and I'll show you guys how to cut some Buna-n today. So extracting the bushing, you've got these cutouts right here, and you've got to hit it with an air hammer, and as you can see, it gets destroyed on the extraction process. That's why it looks like this. Now what we're going to do is we want to remove that rubber, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it between centers on the lathe, and I'm going to hold it like that, get in there with a parting tool, and just basically scrape off that rubber. So I got my buffing wheel going here. I got most of it off, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just polish off. See, I can get some bare metal in there. I'm going to polish off the rest of it, just to clean it up, and be advised, it's pretty odoriferous, to say the least. Now on my first one, I got everything off, and I decided on this one I'm gonna just leave some of it on there, and I'll show you why in just a minute here. So I'm going to cut a section of my tubing here at an equal length, and see how this stuff cuts. It's not too bad. I don't know if you can see that chip coming off of there. But part of the reason why I did that is because the next step, I want to press this in there, and I want it to stay. See? Now, I'm going to put it back here between centers. Back here between centers, and that basically holds it for me so I can turn it and get it to the right diameter. So what I did is I faced it off and turned it, just kind of gave it a nice uniform finish, and now I'm going to press it back on and get that clean surface up against the flange. That way we can, not have a saw cut on there, help everybody feel more comfortable. Well, here's how it cuts. It just kind of peels off of there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to face off that first edge. There we go. Just kind of kissed it. I don't know if you saw that. Didn't spin correct. But now we're going to turn the diameter and get that started. So I got started here, and as you can see, there's like a lip right there. And I'm gonna buff that off, but basically I'm gonna just come in here and cut. And then when I come over with my parting tool, that's a high-speed steel parting tool. And the reason why I use high-speed steel is it holds a sharper edge than carbide. Typically carbide has a honed edge, and it doesn't cut rubber as good. Now it's getting hard for me to see what's happening in there, so I'm going to have to stop. What I'll do is I'll just bring this out. Now take a look at this. I can break it. Not too bad to work with. And then what I'll do is just come on back over here, and see, I want to basically have half my tool hanging off of there. And then in we go. So there's kind of what it looks like right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this down just a little smaller, put a shoulder on it. That way it leads into the area where it gets pressed into the pumpkin. Now that I got that, I'm going to go ahead and just buff it a little, give it some nice round edges. So here's the torn mount. Here's the one I just made. And I got it laying in there, and I'm just going to see if I can pop that thing in there. And there you go. I think that looks pretty reasonable. It's supposed to be sticking out 3mm on the other side. And I got a feeling that once I get that fully compressed, I'll get that 3mm protrusion there. But anyway, that's it. That's how I do that.